Hey guys, my name is Zach. Welcome to this first ever collecting weekly review. This is the Advisor 1/6 scale collectible figure from Xensation Collectibles. We have, of course, Tywin Lannister from the HBO series Game of Thrones, and this is everything that you get in the box. Very nice figure. I think I paid about $115 shipped for this guy. Again, that's $115, so extremely reasonably priced figure. And before I kicked off the review, I want to mention that the gold that you see on the buttons and the belt and the Hand of the King badge, I did paint those just a little bit. I think that they needed a little bit of weathering, and so I did that to the figure before I'm shooting this review, just to give the figure the best look that I could give it for the review. But keep in mind, out of the box, it is certainly not bad the way it is. I'm just a little particular about weathering and stuff like that. So let's start out with the accessories. We have a chair here. I be honest, I don't really like this chair. It doesn't really fit him that well. And I just find that with the material of the outfit, it doesn't drape very naturally. And so when he sits on this chair, it just kind of doesn't look super great. That's really my only negative with this entire set. But I felt like we should get that out of the way. I just really don't like this chair. I get why they included it, but I think that, you know, maybe something else could have been included. But again, you get a nice chair. I mean, it is solid. You can fit the figure on it. But I just could not get it to the outfit to lay properly on the chair. So let's get that out of the way. We also have several maps here. You can see, we'll do a close-up on some of these. So this is the Westeros and Essos map. You see some topographical features that are listed here. I think that's very cool. We also have a larger Westeros map here with some different landmarks, you know, the north, the Sea of Dorne, some other things there, really cool stuff. We then have another map of Westeros and Essos, and really, really neat stuff here. They're printed on a little bit of kind of like a weathered paper, and they feel really good. They, you know, they're not obviously like a super expensive accessory to make, but you know, they do feel good. I think I want to go through and rip these up a little bit better. Maybe the rips that they have are a little too clean, but you know, I really can't complain. And this is probably my favorite of the maps that they give you. It's King's Landing with that nice sort of old school, the way that they used to do maps back in the old days. But yeah, these are really cool. So this is King's Landing here, and perhaps this is a throwback to the Battle of the Blackwater, where the Baratheons were attempting to sack King's Landing. Really, really cool map. This is definitely my favorite map that was included in the set. And then you get one more, which is rolled up. I won't be unrolling it, so I actually don't know what's in here, but it does look good, and it does fit very well in the figure's hand. And we also have this wonderful table here. You can see the Lannister lion in gold and this really nice trim inlay that they have. Very impressed by this. I'll be honest, it's sturdy, it's solid, it's well made, it's well painted. I just could not be more impressed with this accessory. I was thinking, you know, when I got this set, you know, I was certain that I wasn't going to use the chair, and I was pretty sure I wasn't going to display this, but this is so nice that I feel like I need to display this with the King's Landing map on it. So very cool there. For the hands, we have 3 hands additional to the 2 that are on the body. So we have a right holding hand / gesturing hand, a right grip hand, and then a left grip hand. And I heard a rumor that Xensation Collectibles is Asmus when they are making unlicensed figures. And these hands really make me feel like that rumor has some truth to it. These feel exactly like the Gandalf the Grey hands that I used to own from that figure when I had it. So maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but you know, I just feel like I definitely believe that rumor if you know, it is true. You can see here the box says the Advisor 1/6 scale collectible action figures, Xensation Collectibles, the Hand of the King logo there, and then the Lannister lion symbol and the crown. Pretty simple box, tells you all you need to know about it. Let's get all this stuff out of the way, and then we'll take a look at the figure. All right, so now that we got everything cleared out of the way, let's take a look at Charles Dance's sculpt here. Now this is a really solid sculpt. The paintwork is really good. It really does remind me of the Asmus Gandalf the Grey paint, just the tones that they're using. I'm really impressed by it. You know, I know a lot of people have complained that the mold line on the head is pretty significant. I definitely see it, but it's actually not as annoying as I thought it would be. And you can see it's certainly more so present on the right of the sculpt. It's definitely, you know, there, but it's not the end of the world. I still think this is a really good sculpt, a really well painted sculpt. And just looking at the outfit here, you can see inside the neck, there's a little bit of a scarf there. You have the brown tunic, and we're going down here. You can see these buttons here. These are all glued to the vest, which is kind of annoying. Admittedly, I don't really know a better way they could have done it, since I feel like sewing the buttons down would have made them too large. But that is the thing, and so the tunic is not easily removable. I haven't really attempted that yet. But again, I haven't really felt the need to. The Hand of the King badge, I really wish this was die cast or just maybe a little bit firmer plastic. You can see that almost anytime you move the figure, this, I guess this pointy part of the badge wants to come off of the outfit, and it's such a small part that I really don't feel comfortable gluing it down. So it's just one of those things that I'm gonna have to live with and pose it and just kind of not touch it. The stock hands, you can see here, they're just kind of like a neutral, relaxed hand. Those look really good, and the belt is probably one of the weaker parts of the figure compared to the costume they used in the film. But again, the costume is very intricate with the belt specifically, and you know, I think I'm okay with what we got. You have some lions here and some different different adornments to the belt. And again, I painted these that other gold color as well. The gold that I used was called Balthasar Gold by Citadel, and it is a pretty nice gold. You can see here, it just kind of gives it a little bit of a weathered look. I felt like out of the box it was a little too clean, and I get that Tywin is probably not in the grungiest of situations with these outfits, but it just looked like way too clean compared to the actual costume that they used in filming for the show. Now the boots are plastic, and they have a little bit of a blue, somewhat of a blue dry brush on them to make them look weathered. I don't hate them, and surprisingly the figure stands very well. Now if you noticed in the shot where I had everything out of the box, there is no stand, and so I was kind of worried about that when I saw reports of people getting theirs in. I assumed it would come with a stand, but there was none to be had. But the way that these feet plug into these boots, or the ankles plug into the boots rather, it's very firm, and the boots actually do have a decent amount of articulation in them. And you know, I think if anything, my only critique of these boots would be that maybe they're a bit too low. In the show, when Tywin is sitting on the crown, the boots almost look like they come up over his knees, and I think these are maybe about a ½ inch too short. But again, you know, to get the realistic articulation of the knee bend, you'd have to probably use leather or pleather, and at this price point, you know, I think rubber boots is certainly not offensive. So this is the figure here. Again, it's a really nice figure. I really just have complaints about the tiny little chair and maybe the gold that they used for the adornments. But you know, generally speaking, I think this is a good figure. I think it displays really well. I actually don't have any other Game of Thrones figures in my collection at the moment, but this is really tempting me to pick up a 6-scale Jaime Lannister from season 1. But we'll see. I've seen on Xensation's page that they put a picture of him, of this figure and the season 1 Jaime figure, and it looks really cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's a really good figure. I would say if I had to give it a score out of 10, I would say out of the box an 8.5, and then with the gold fix, probably about a 9 out of 10. I really can't complain about this release. It has the maps. It has a little bit of you know, this thing here, which you can display in the hands. You have this really lovely table here, which you can see is just a really great size next to Tywin. I really can't complain about this release. And for the price, like I said, I think I paid $115. The quality for that price, you really can't beat it. This is a wonderful figure. Maybe one day someone will make a better belt for it, but until then, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better way to spend $115 in this hobby if you're a Game of Thrones fan. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I didn't ramble too long, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more reviews like this, let me know. I think it'd be cool if we started doing these on the channel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and definitely pick this guy up if you're a Game of Thrones fan. It's a really great figure for a really, really amazing character.